The best movie that was set in California? I mean, there's so many, that's the problem. Oh, There Will Be Blood, is that what it was? With Daniel Day-Lewis. It is all about the oil pipeline that he creates.
The best movie that's set in Nevada. I would probably say Ocean's 11. I mean, that's pretty obvious, right?
Well, the best movie set in Idaho has got to be Napoleon Dynamite.
To Kill a Mockingbird. Is that set in Mississippi?
Our state is very proud of the Rodgers and Hammerstein Oklahoma musical.
So the best show, in my opinion, that comes from West Virginia is Cops.
I mean, I want to say Queer Eye season 1 and 2.
Sopranos.
Scarface. Dances with Wolves.
High School Musical was filmed in Utah at my local high school, East High.
I can't think of any movies set in Tennessee. Well, okay, other than the Hannah Montana movie, which, I mean, we have to all agree that was a fantastic film.
The best movie set in Montana is A River Runs Through It.
Field of Dreams.
Definitely Breaking Bad.
Oh, the best movie based in Oregon is by far The Goonies.
Yo, best TV show, hands down out of the NYC, has to be Seinfeld.
Northern Exposure. That was classic.
Ooh, so we had a really famous movie a couple of years ago called Nebraska with Bruce Dern.
Why am I blanking on the name of the horror film with Jack Nicholson? The Shining. The Shining is set in Colorado.
The Shining was written based on like the Mount Washington Hotel in New Hampshire, but The Shining, the movie, is set in Colorado.
Everything Stephen King has written, apart from The Shining, takes place in Maine. So, you know, It, Pet Sematary, Carrie, Cujo, all his stuff is set in Maine.
So the best movie from Indiana would probably be a tie between Hoosiers and Rudy. Rudy's my personal favorite because it's filmed in South Bend, Indiana, where I'm from.
One of the best movies that is set in Louisiana is called The Pelican Brief. It is an action thriller with Denzel Washington and a very young Julia Roberts. It's incredible.
I mean, the best television show set in Pennsylvania is definitely Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and the best movie is obviously Rocky.
I hate to say this, but you already know the answer. It's Forrest Gump. No, he's not real, but if you ask us, yes, we would say we're proud of him.
The most famous movie based in Kansas is Wizard of Oz.
The movie with Marilyn Monroe, there's like a little song that they do. We're just two little girls from Little Rock.
So the best TV show set in Michigan is Martin.
You may have to check me on this later, but I am 99% sure that the movie Cape Fear was set in North Carolina.
A lot of people would say the best TV show set in Texas is Friday Night Lights, which I personally don't agree with. I'm sorry to any fans.
Hands down, my favorite production to ever come out of Hawaii was Lilo and Stitch.
The best movie set in Wyoming was Brokeback Mountain. It made me really homesick.
Traffic was set in Ohio, although that doesn't really look good for Ohio.
Parts of the Dark Knight trilogy were filmed in Chicago.
The best movie set in Boston is my favorite movie, The Departed.
The 3 Billboards in Missouri, I think that was the name of that. That was pretty good.
I think there's only one TV show set in North Dakota, and it's Fargo. I think there's only one movie set in North Dakota, and it's Fargo. And neither of them were shot in North Dakota.
Everyone always asks me about Fargo. I've never seen it.
There's only one TV show I can think of that's set in South Carolina. It's not a very good one. It's called Southern Charm. If you like trash television, it's definitely for you.
I don't know any movies that were set in Delaware, but not a lot of people know that Dead Poets Society was filmed in Delaware. Because I think it was, in the movie, it was set in Vermont.
I did recently watch the TV show The Imposters, and they spend a season in Burlington, Vermont. And it's the only time I've seen anything remotely exciting happening in Burlington, Vermont.
I believe it was Washington or Lincoln. One of them was set in Virginia. I want to say it's Washington.
The best TV show set in Maryland, definitely The Wire.
So my wife will fight me on this, and she's probably true. The best TV show that's set in the state of Washington would be Grey's Anatomy.
Off the top of my head, I'm going to say Waiting to Exhale. Though, fun fact, I do think cities in Arizona are the most mentioned, name-dropped places in film and television. Law and Order, it's like, oh yeah, he's out in Prescott, or like something, something like that.
Growing up, my favorite movie with my neighbors was Dumb and Dumber, obviously, but there's just this one line where they're referencing a girl, like Frida Felcher from Cranston,
And I was born in Cranston, so I'd always be like, oh my God.
I would say the best movie is Elizabethtown.
Gilmore Girls, I think, is set in Connecticut.
Gotta go with Laverne and Shirley is the best show set in Wisconsin of all time. It's just 80 times more real, 20 times more funny than that 70s show.